Hi, my name is Kenyon Widger. I am doing my video portfolio for Vett222 Clinical Pathology. It is the summer of 2017. My student ID number is 226779, and here is my state ID. Our doctor here in my preceptor is Dr. Jill Patrinaggio, and here is our OCCI site certificate that allows us to do our work here. So let's get started with the tasks. Colby is actually what we're going to use. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to restrain for me right now, so I am actually going to be using a tourniquet for Colby since I don't have anyone to hold off the leg. I have my other supplies. I have my isopropyl alcohol. I have my collection tubes. I have a 2 ml purple top tube. This is our EDTA tube. I have a 4 ml serum separator tube. This is our tiger top. And I have a 3 ml red top tube. This is our no additive tube. Colby, come on, you're good. Sorry, he's just a little nervous. He's usually really good for these things, but he's pretty good. He should be all right. And then for Colby, he is about a 50-pound dog, so we could, in theory, draw up to almost 20 mLs of blood from him without detriment to him, but I don't need nearly that much. So I am going to draw about 9 mLs. I have a 12 ml syringe here, and then I have a 22 gauge 1-inch needle. That is my preferred needle for draw. So we're going to get started. I'm going to use a front cephalic for Colby. You're a good boy, I know. And I'm just going to tighten it down. And I'm just going to feel for placement of the vein. Colby has really good veins. And I'm going to use my opposite hand, which is my left hand, to steady the vein. I'll wipe some of this alcohol off. Insert the needle bevel side up. Good boy. And double check placement. There we go. And I'm just going to do a slow, steady draw. Easy, bud. I don't want to insert too much pressure. Easy, easy, easy. On the syringe. Easy, easy, easy. Colby. Because that could collapse the vein. Easy, bud. You're doing good. We're almost there. Almost there. Just a little bit more. Easy, easy. Alright. Alright, he's going to get easy on me. Alright, so I'm going to apply pressure to the leg. He was kind of jumping around on me, so I did lacerate the vein a little bit. So I'm going to apply some extra pressure to the leg so that he doesn't get hematoma. I'm going to cap my needle. Alright, and he does have some blood on his leg because he was dancing on me a little bit. So I'm going to get this in my EDTA tube first. I'm going to fill to 90%. With the tube. Cap it back up. And then mix it by some gentle inversions of the tube. The tube is apt to pop a little bit, so I might need to put a needle in there. But I want to get these into my other tubes first. So I'm going to put this in my serum separator first and fill this to 90%. And I might need to do another draw on Colby because I didn't quite get enough. just... So this is my serum separator filled to about 90%. And my EDTA tube, I'm actually going to stick an 18 gauge needle in the cap to even out the pressure of it. I'm actually going to put it on a syringe because I can't pull it out. So I'm just inserting the 18 gauge into the EDTA tube just to help even out some of the pressure so that I can properly keep the lid on it. Otherwise it tends to pop off a bit. There. So now it'll stay on instead of popping off if I didn't equalize out the pressure. Alright, I'm going to get Colby's leg cleaned up and then I'm going to draw from the other leg to fill up the 3 ml red top tube because I didn't get enough with this draw because he was dancing on me. So let me get another vial for that. Another syringe, sorry. And I'm going to clean him up a little bit. I'm just going to put some hydrogen peroxide on the leg to clean it a little bit, make sure it's looking good. And he actually hasn't formed a hematoma, it's just bleeding a little. Good boy. So for the next one, I'm just going to use a 3 ml syringe because I don't need quite as much. And draw. And I'm going to use the opposite leg. And do the same thing, find the vein. My rubbing alcohol. I don't like her just right there. There you go. Easy button. Yeah, I'm just like. You're gonna be difficult for me. Come here. What? Sit. Forward. Sit. Just chill. I just need you to chill. I need you to pick up the leg and chill out just a little. I know. Easy, bud. Easy, 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 easy. Colby, okay. Easy. Alright, so He was fighting me again on that one a little bit. He usually is so much better than this. So I had difficulty getting that one a little bit as well. So I'm just holding off the vein and the injection site. And I'm just going to try here with, make sure that's, actually that one's looking pretty good, just a little bit. And then I'm just going to insert this right into my red top tube. Everybody, okay, you're almost done. Almost done. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, you're okay. Good boy. Good boy. You're okay. Alright, so this is filled. Pretty close to 90%. It's the best I'm going to get for today. This is pretty much clouded, so I'm not going to be able to use that. So, and that is how we're going to draw a dog, or blood on a dog. So I'm going to let this one, the red top, and the tiger top sit for about 20 minutes or so to clot. I can run the EDTA directly in our CBC machine. I can use it in the microhematocrit, but I'm also going to centrifuge that when these are all clotted to get plasma out of one and serum out of the others. So that should be good for those. Okay, so I've got my blood tubes, my tiger top, my no additive red top, and my purple top EDTA. So I'm going to put them in our centrifuge because they're all different size tubes. I am going to balance them out with other tubes that are filled with water to about the same level. And then our centrifuge runs a little fast, so typically we centrifuge blood at 4,000 RPMs, which is about 3,500 RPMs, and then it'll be done in about 10-15 minutes. So I pop it open, and then make sure to put opposites, purple on one side, and then on the other side, top, top. Get this turned on, get it started. Now I just wait. Okay, so our centrifuge has stopped spinning, so what I'm going to do is take the tubes out of them. I'm going to use a clean needle just to kind of poke the top of the tube and pull it out. Make sure I get all of them. Tap my needle. Alright, and then we're ready to start processing and pulling out our plasma and serum. Alright, so now I'm going to be transferring my serum and my plasma into our separate tubes. So I have two more red top tubes. I have a larger red top tube to hold the serum and a smaller red top tube to hold my plasma. And I'm going to label the tubes. So just with Colby's name. And this one is plasma. And Colby's name, and that this one is serum. So the difference between the plasma and the serum is that the plasma, because it's with the EDTA, so the anticoagulant, it actually has the clotting factors in it as well. The serum, because the blood was given a chance to clot beforehand, those clotting factors are not present within the serum. So I'm just going to take a clean pipette. You're fine, Carrie. Oop. There's a lot of suction on that one. I'm just going to gently suck out all of this serum and put it into my tube. So this is my serum separator tube. So you can see this is the clotted blood here. This is the serum separator gel, and then all of the serum is up here. So the way I'm inserting it is trying to get my pipette just above the serum gel to get as much of the serum as I can without getting any of the actual gel. So kind of, if I put it in for you, kind of just like right in here to get as much of the serum without getting any of the gel or the clot. And then I'm just going to do the same thing with my red top tube. Take the top off. And then insert my pipette. And slowly suction this. With this one, there is no separator gel. So I just want to insert it right above the clot to get as much of the serum without getting any of the clot in there. So it's a pretty good job. So there is our serum. And now I'm going to do the same with our plasma. I've got my clean red top. Down. And my purple top. And then I have a clean pipette. New pipette. Do the same thing, just kind of suction as much of this plasma off as I can. And I'm going to try not to get any of that clot. So because with the EDTA tube, it has the anticoagulant, so this isn't actually a clot, this is just the red blood cell, so this is a liquid. So that is easy to suck up accidentally into your tube, but I was sure not to get any of that into mine. I just wanted to show as an example. And now we have our plasma and our serum. Okay, so I just wanted to take a minute to discuss our plasma and our serum. So you can tell with these that this one is kind of a cloudy-ish color here. It's a little bit pinky, but not too bad. It's fairly white. This one, on the other hand, is cloudy and it's this pinky color. The pinkiness of it is caused by hemolysis, so it's the breakdown of the red blood cells and the releasing of everything, all the contents into the blood. So with that, can be caused by either an inappropriate draw, needle sizes too small, too much force with the syringe. Colby was pretty wiggly on the table, especially for the second half of the draw when we did the red top tube, so that could be a cause of it as well. He was fighting a little bit. The cloudiness that you can especially see on this one is caused by lipemia, so that is fat in the blood. Usually that's caused by an inappropriate fast, so ideally we would like the dog to be fasted for about 12 hours before we do a good blood draw. Colby ate breakfast this morning, so he has his fat in there. If the fat remains, it can alter the results from the blood work. And actually in ours we use a Vett222 machines with rotors, and on our machines it could actually clog up the rotors completely and just error out our machines. So sometimes we'll have to send out the blood work to get a better result from that. So ideally it would be more of a clear whitish, clear yellowy, sometimes it's a little yellowy color. If it's really, really yellowy, then that is icterus. So that is caused by the failure of the liver. It's releasing liver enzymes into the blood. So the dog often is jaundiced with that as well. And you'll see the yellowing in the gums and the mucous membranes, sometimes in the ear folds with the skin. And otherwise, not too bad of a sample. So it's lipemia here, or the lipemia here, the lipemia and the hemolysis there. So that's that.